all pros, counting all pros.
All pros.
Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Penei, Sewell, locked and loaded for years to go. Somebody asked this, I think it was Waymo on X. He said, do we still get that last like 5th-year option with Sewell before his new contract kicks in? And the answer is yes. We have him through 2029, if I'm not mistaken. So that this is 2024, so we good. We Gucci. And again, if you guys missed it in the beginning of the show, Tristan Wirfs, a guy when he gets his contract, probably going to reset the market. You have Rashawn Slater, probably a guy when he gets his contract, going to reset the market. You have Christian Darrisaw, guy when he gets his contract, probably going to reset the market.
Yep.
Brad Holmes got ahead of all of them with a player that's better than all of them.
Yes.
And like that's a discount, bro. I know it's the highest paid offensive lineman contract, but it's a discount in terms of like how good this guy is. And again, you beat everybody to the punch. They're going to pay those guys. They're worse off. More money than Penei Sewell.
He's pound for pound the best player in the NFL. Like Penei Sewell is a difference maker. He is by far the best offensive lineman in the NFL. He goes out there, does anything you want, does it at a top level, and does it with aggression. He is the embodiment of brand new Lions. He is the player that was brought in first in this regime. He was Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's first pick as Lions. And guess what they did when they drafted him? They're jumping up and down. They're banging tables. They're pounding everything because they know they got the best player in the draft. And they did. This guy is a freak of nature. He is just an amazing, amazing player. And hopefully he's going to be a Lion for the next 10 to 15 years. I love what he does. I love who he is. I love how he plays. Getting in the face of Aaron Donald, talking that shit as a rookie when you got Jonah Jackson in the background like, you know who that is, right? Penei Sewell says, I don't give a fuck. You know who I am? I'm Penei motherfucking Sewell. And he deserved this money, man. This is my guy. This is my favorite player on the team by far. Extremely, extremely happy that he got this bag and we got him for an extended period of time. And we got a breakdown of his contract and what the actual numbers equate out to. By the numbers. So
By the numbers.
This is from Albert Breer.
Shout
He says, Lions 4-year extension with Penei Sewell runs through 2029. Detroit picked up the 5th-year option this morning, making this a 6-year deal. $63 million over the first 3 years, was due just $23 million over the next 2. So $40 million for the first year, $87 million over the first 4 years. It's a rolling guaranteed structure.
Talk to me, babe.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. You got him for like $22 million for 4 years. The guy is a wizard, what they're doing. Like, shout out Rod Wood. Shout out to Brad Holmes. Shout out to everybody who had a piece in getting this deal done because it's amazing.
Oh, what's the guy? Mike Disner.
Mike Disner.
He's the one that made it. He's the one that cooks up all those like void contracts, like a lot of that weird stuff. A lot of the NFL contracts are so hard to understand, especially once they start adding these void years. It's made everything a lot more differently. And initially, I'll save that part of it. But I want to congratulate Brad Holmes again on this contract and number one too. I mean, Penei Sewell as well.
Yes. Like
coming in here, he's a guy that people were talking about. Rashawn Slater was better than because Penei sat out that year, and you would think, hey, maybe that's not a Brad Holmes guy. Didn't sat out a year, but like it's preserving your body. And I think Brad Holmes spoke to this too. Each player has their plight on the reason why they do these things or they transfer from different schools. Obviously, they decide with the reason Penei Sewell decided to. I perceived it as like he knew he was going to be top 10 no matter what. I mean, coming into the draft, everyone was kind of coining this guy as a gold jacket guy, and it's nice to see it fruition here in Detroit specifically. But this one where it's at right 9-point-something%, I think, per Al Carson. Because you guys know my 12% rule with these contracts. Penei's at 9-point-something as of now, and that's what the cap hit's going to continue to grow.
Yes.
So that's going to continue to shrink. A phenomenal, phenomenal deal, and a guy that's worth every penny of it. The Amon-Ra one, again, I can get people being hesitant with it. $30 million once upon a time was a quarterback salary. But he's another guy where he's kind of face of like what this regime change has been, and I have no issue with it. Again, he's not a guy. I don't see any type of decline coming soon. He busts his ass. He's good to the media. He's a teammate, like a willing helping teammate. I remember not speaking to him, but hearing him speak on trying to help J-Mo get his shit going. He's like, yo, J-Mo, you don't fucking run 100 miles per hour every single snap. Like, sometimes you can find the soft spots in the zone, which is where Amon-Ra eats. Like, this is a very intelligent guy. One of the things I hate when I hear people say that, and I don't know if they're trolling or not, but people say that Goff made Amon-Ra St. Brown. No, if you don't know who this guy is or haven't been paying attention to who this guy is to say those type of things, he would have been a dog regardless no matter what. And that's why I think this is a valuable contract too, is like whatever the future may hold, whoever may be throwing that football, this guy's going to produce. The other thing on top of it too, to give evidence towards that, the Yak King. Last year was just short of becoming the Yak King. He was second place by like a yard.
5 yards.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Yeah.
Like, meaning like once he gets the ball, he still continues to put in work. That's why you see him run out of the backfield. I mean, you see him do multiple things. Taylor Decker, I think I threw this tweet in there too, Chris, but it might have been too late for you. But he tweeted out once Amon-Ra got his contract, and this is before his fellow offensive lineman got it. Yes, sir. The dude just as much without the ball as he does with it, honorary offensive lineman. And we know this. We know he's a dog in that game because he got a $40,000 fine this year just for whooping somebody's ass, blocking him too hard, allegedly. Like, he is a perfect specimen for what you want to represent Dan Campbell culture.
Bro sneezes at $40,000 fines now.
Yes, sir.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is the embodiment of grit. He is everything that this coaching staff, that this regime preaches they want in players, preaches they want in draft picks. It is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is the guy that remembers every player drafted before him. He is the guy that does 102 catches on a jug machine because the guy ahead of him in his Pee Wee League did 101 every single day.
I really want to know who that kid is.
I do too. Yeah. Where you at, huh?
Is he selling insurance?
Maybe should have done another catch because Amon-Ra's out here getting paid $30 million a year. This guy he embodies the city of Detroit. He embodies Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's gusto, and he is arguably the best pick Brad Holmes has ever made. Because a first team all-pro player in the 4th round is something GMs have wet dreams about. This guy is an absolute animal, absolute dog. First team all-pro, highest guaranteed money for a receiver in the NFL, deservingly so. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm glad you're back in the D for more years.
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
He's got like 10 million for every player that was drafted ahead of him. Every receiver that was drafted ahead of him.
Yeah, how's Jalen Rager's
was
bag
it
looking?
27 receivers, I think it was, or something like that.
16.
16?
Yeah.
He got 20 million. I'm sorry. My math is way off on that.
Yeah, no.
By the
He's
numbers.
got $2 million for each one. But still, that's crazy.
20 million. Oh, shit, we paid him that much?
I hate this deal. Yeah. No, these guys can contribute, like, regardless, no matter what. And again, too, like, Penei's, we could branch this into this conversation. Some people are talking about this maybe the departure of Decker. What this Penei Sewell contract means.
We'll see. We'll talk about that next. But, Nick, how you feeling about these contracts?
First off, I would like to thank the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Jets, the 49ers, Atlanta, Cincinnati, and the Dolphins for passing on Penei Sewell, the first team All-Pro. He is the leader of this offense. We saw the video of him saying before the game, we lock in the gates today, and the gates will remain locked while we have Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown leading this team. The Super Bowl window's open in my eyes. Those two guys are your leaders. I am so happy that we locked them up long term because they are the heart of this team. I am so fired up right now. Chris, how you feeling? Just first thoughts on it. What are you thinking?
I mean, I love, too, that it came out right before draft day. While everybody is on their way to Detroit, booking their hotel, every executive, every NFL playmaker is on their way to Detroit. And here Detroit is already stealing headlines before everybody touches in the city. So it's awesome for, like you guys said, all of the embodiment, all the things that they embody for this team, for this franchise, for this culture. But again, it also is important to show that Brad Holmes is showing his draft prospects. If you put in the work here, if you do the things that we ask of you, you will be rewarded. And you know, it's great to see. This is what you want every single sports culture to be. Every single general manager dreams of this. They dream of having to pay their guys rather than to go out and grab somebody. Because you know what? That's just a double whammy. You saw Brad Holmes talk his shit when it was time to do it, and you know he's going to do it again with this last draft class he had, and he might even end up doing it again with this draft class. But this is the ultimate proof of not only what Brad Holmes brings to this team and this franchise, but also just again showing these players, if you put in the work, you will get rewarded here. Makes it a great place to want to be, a great destination.